Hey guys, it's Daryl, and it is Christmas afternoon, and I was not expecting to make a video, but let me talk about something that I'm sure a lot of you might have come across today. The old political argument at the Christmas dinner table. Yep, was not expecting this. All right, where to start? I am probably the only liberal Democrat. My stepfather is also not he's not pro-Trump. I believe he's more or less a Democrat. Everybody else, my sister, my mom, hardcore Trump supporters. Let me tell you how it started. My mom, because me and my mother talked about this the other day when we went shopping. My mom says, "Okay, how about a show of hands? Who here likes Nancy Pelosi?" And there was no good. Not, my stepfather keeps quiet. Me, I'm like, yeah, defender of the Constitution, and the fight was on. Holy moly! All right, so it raged. There was smiling. There was some smiling, but there was a lot of serious yelling going on too. I don't want to call out specific members of my family. Let's just say one member of my family had a problem with. I said, well, I was thinking of voting for Joe Biden. And she seems to think that he is a serial molester, a groper, if you will. Now, I seem to remember some issues where he was a little, I don't know if inappropriate, the way he put his hands on people's shoulders and stuff. I didn't see him. This person accused Biden of groping a 15-year-old, and I had to figure that did that come from Fox News or one of the 4chan deals, or where did you get that? Because I don't believe Joe Biden was groping any 15-year-olds. And it went on from there. Oh God, I'm almost embarrassed to say this, but you know what? It gave me a good insight. As hard as it is to admit, these people in my own family are Trump supporters, and they feel the way almost all Trump supporters do. One member of my family thought that because of Obama, there's a problem with race. Everything was fine until Obama. And I was like, you got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. Why? Because he's black? And my family member said, yeah. I got very upset at this point. And I was like, who are you? Who are you, a white person, or we're Native American? We're half French Canadian, half Native American. But I was like, who are you to say that there's a problem, there's no problem, or there's a problem? I mean, are you black? Then you have, what right? How do you know what race relations are like? You live in an all-white town. You're Native American white, but how would you possibly know what's going on in the black family in the inner city? How dare you say that? Oh, everything was fine with race relations. Oh my God, that infuriated me. What else? Oh, my mom goes on to say that Nancy Pelosi just started all this nonsense and she's withholding the impeachment up. And I corrected her and I told her why they're holding the impeachment up. Because of this new information with the email and the possible 4 witnesses that we want to testify that may clear Trump or may dig him a deeper hole. But we need to clear this up. And the email that talked about the 90 minutes, how 90 minutes after the Ukraine phone call, there was an order to stop the flow of money to Ukraine. So I told my family member this, that managed to quiet that up. But then my sister goes on to say that, well, we elected Trump to clean up the bullshit, and that's what he's doing. So what? So what if I said what he's doing is illegal. It's unconstitutional, and it's hard to hear these lines coming from my own family. It's tough. It's tough. You know, my sister is saying that, so what if Trump trampled on the Constitution and abused his office to and then my mom joins in that they weren't going after Joe Biden, they were going after his son. They don't know what they're talking about. And I went on to explain it to her about no. We all know what Trump was trying to do. And he was in the Joe Biden, Hunter Biden, the prosecutor. I went over all that. I guess I'm not sure what my point is here. I was not expecting an all-out argument. I had it tough because I was pretty much the only person standing up from this side, from the anti-Trump side. And it was tough. It was tough hearing my own family members, especially the stuff about race relations. Unpleasant to hear, but it's my family and I love them. These are the people I love most in the world. It's a tough situation. So at that point, I decided to take it down a level. When it was getting heated, when we started talking about, my sister was very upset about her insurance being very expensive and blaming Obamacare. And I was trying to make the point that it's going down now. And she insisted it's not going down, that she's still paying an arm and a leg. And it's not right to fine people. And then I went on to explain that, well, if somebody doesn't have insurance, who do you think is going to end up paying for it? When they go to the hospital, who do you think ends up paying for it? Do you think the bill magically gets ended up paid by Santa Claus? No. The price, the hospital charges all of us for the uninsured people. Why do you think hospitals charge an exorbitant amount? It's for uninsured people that come in there with no insurance. It's like a lot of times these Trump supporters don't seem to realize that Obamacare is intended to bring that exorbitant hospital bills down. The uninsured people going in there, and of course, it's like a store having to jack up its prices because people are shoplifting. They're not paying their fair share. When people come in with no insurance, they're not paying their fair share. Therefore, the rest of us all have to pay higher hospital bills to cover for them. And it's like these Trump supporters didn't seem to even realize that. But let people go. If it's their right, if they don't want to have insurance, they should be able to. Well, who do you think is going to pay for those uninsured people? And it's like it didn't even occur to them. And it still doesn't seem to matter much. It's a tough. So anyway, it was getting very heated. And I backed off. And I said, you know what? Obamacare does have some issues. It's not perfect. And I said, I don't know. I'll look into Joe Biden. I don't know if he offended a lot of people with his touching. So I brought it down. I figured it was up to me to bring it down a level. And I said, you know what? I'll look into it. And they all asked me about my YouTube. Oh, what's up with your YouTube channel? It's doing really good. And I said, yeah. So anyway, I brought it down a level, and then at the next possible moment, the next possible chance, I changed the subject, and we opened up our presents, and the rest of the day was good. But I wonder how many of you had arguments at the dinner table over politics, and this is the scary thing. These are serious arguments, man. These Trump supporters are very adamant, and it hurts, man. It hurts seeing my own family members, take these positions about kids in cages, about Obama being the cause of race relations. It's troubling, But on the other hand, you know what? It forced me, because I love these people. They're my family. I love more than anything in the world. It forced me to sit and calmly listen to their point of view, whether I wanted to or not. And I guess that's a good thing. Maybe that's what it's going to take. I'm not saying I'm going to agree with them, but at least I get an insight as to why. My mom grew up in a small, all white town way up in the very top of Van Buren, Maine, where they speak French now. All Catholic girls' school. So I could kind of understand she's not very knowledgeable about or open minded when it comes to races. That's not an excuse, but that I understand why she's scared. My sister works very hard worker, and she's working now, even though she's working through a lot of stuff right now, and she works extremely hard, lots of hours, very hard worker. And she pays a lot of money in insurance, and she's upset about it. She's upset about a lot of things, and she blames right or wrong. She thinks Trump's going to fix that. So that's a little window into, like I said, it's not an excuse, but being forced to sit down and not get angry and not call anybody names because I love these people. It gave me a chance to try to understand why they feel this way, why they believe the things they do. Because it is hard for us. I know it's hard for me to understand how anybody could, how anybody could say they support Trump after listening to him talk about windmills the other day, about how he knows more than anybody about windmills, and windmills kill birds, and the windmills spew fumes in the air. Yeah, he said that. After I watched something like that, I'm like, who in their right mind, what sane person would support this guy? How? Are these people being poisoned or brainwashed? How could anybody possibly? Well, today I was forced to sit there. Well, not forced, but through love, I had to sit there and listen. And hopefully something good. I always try to find the good in everything, So hopefully some good came out of our exchange at the dinner table today. I'm going to have to think about it and sort it out, but I hope some good came out of it. And we all told each other we love each other. Big hugs. And that was it. So it ended well, as it should. And I hope it ends all your dinners end well today. And all you people tell all your loved ones that you love them. And you all have a good Christmas, regardless if they're Trump supporters or not. All right. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a good one.